Here today, and we know everybody's busy, so we're going to get going. As you can see, we've got some new toys in the parking lot. We're going to talk more about that today, and we're going to bring everything we have for 2014 Shriners Fest to the table today and let you know what's going on. It is an exciting year. We have new things coming. The first thing I want to do today is recognize and introduce our potentate for 2014, Mr. Brian Ball.
Thank you, Dale, and thank you to everyone who's in attendance today. As Dale said, we've got some big changes coming to Shriners Fest this year, and as you look around behind me, you can see some of the great things that are coming this year. And of course, as Dale said, we'll have additional information on that throughout this time this morning. At Haughty Shriners, we've tried to build a successful festival for many years now. We keep trying to add new things that continues to bring additional excitement, not only to Haughty Shriners, but the city of Evansville as well as the tri-state area. One of our goals in Shriners Fest is to bring excitement, family, wholesome entertainment to the riverfront community. We're excited to be part of the Evansville riverfront because, as most of you know, we've been down here for 104 years. And we're excited about that, and we want to continue to do our part to be a great partner with the city of Evansville. Support of the festival is primary in our goal and keeping this supported and going forward. We, of course, would not be able to do this without our sponsors who come back year after year after year after year to provide us with funds to be able to put this great event on. But more than that is the Evansville community as well as the tri-state and helping us by purchasing buttons. This year it is vital that we have these buttons in order to be able to sustain Shriners Fest for years to come. With the great events that we continue to bring to the Evansville riverfront through our air show, craft events, food events, everything that happens is only possible through the support financially of the Evansville community as well as the tri-state area. Our buttons are once again going to be on sale, and we ask that you purchase a button to show your support and let us know that you enjoy Shriners Fest and want Shriners Fest to continue for years to come. We have new but old return of a fixture at the premier downtown summer festival, including the things that you see behind me, beside me. A lot of great, exciting things that are coming to the riverfront this June. We invite you to come down and enjoy the excitement, purchase a button, and be a part of the 2014 Haughty Shriners Fest. Further details, of course, are coming on these great things that you see around us, but at this time, it would be my great honor and pleasure to introduce to you an avid supporter and friend of Haughty Shriners, and of course, a friend to the city of Evansville. His honor, the Mayor, Lloyd Winnicky.
Well, good afternoon. What a great day. Brian, are you in charge of the weather?
I did. I ordered it ahead.
Excellent. I always figured that was the potentate's job. Anyway, what a great day for the city of Evansville. I'd like to just take a second to thank the Shrine. We took a festival a few years ago that was not doing all that well, and they really pumped new life into it. And by doing that, they pumped new life into downtown. And as we all know, there's a lot of excitement about downtown these days, and the fact that this festival is just sustained beyond belief is all due to the great work of the Shriners, and I'm personally grateful for their work to bring this and keep this this festival here. And the fact that we have this big boat behind me, someone's going to talk about that here in a little bit, but that's very exciting. I think indicative of the Shriners' commitment to bring new people to the riverfront, and that's a good thing. I want to repeat something that Brian says about the importance of the buttons. We could all support this by buying a button. They're very affordable at $5. $5, right?
That's correct.
Good. That's how much money I brought. Excellent. They only leave the office with so much money. But this is a small way in which we can make sure that this festival remains successful. The Shriners do so many wonderful things in our community. We know about the good work they do for children, year in, year out, without any accolades. We know what they do for their Shrine Circus. It brings to life our entire city over Thanksgiving weekend. So this is a great way to thank them for their work, to make sure that what they've done will sustain for years to come. Before I buy the first button, or buttons, plural, I'd like to acknowledge my executive assistant, Marianne Cox. Marianne wave, she's got the red purse, white jacket on there. Marianne actually designed this year's, but actually she's designed the last 3 buttons. So anyway, Marianne does a great job, is very gifted in graphic design. Very pleased of her involvement with the Shrine. So with that, Brian, I'd like to buy a button for every person in my office. So here is $25.
Well, how about that? It just so happens I have 5 buttons in my pocket.
Excellent. Excellent. And there's 25. You better count it to make sure.
I think we're good.
Okay, good. Woo! Anyway, thanks, Brian.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And as you can see from the buttons that were purchased today, do we want to unveil the button? Must have one.
Oh, sure.
I don't know.
And as you can see, the design this year actually incorporates everything that you're going to be seeing at this year's Shrinerfest, including the addition of the hydroplane at the bottom of the button this year. We're excited about that. At this time, I would like to introduce the gentleman who is helping to spearhead those hydroplanes coming back to the city of Evansville, Mr. Ryan Hobby.
Good morning, everybody, and thanks for coming out. As Dale said, we're spearheading this effort to bring hydroplanes back, and I would like to thank all the Shriners for all the work they've done with this festival. On a personal note, I have a Shriner kid that's out there today, and without their help, he wouldn't be what he is today. So thank you guys very much for all you do. So that said, well, this year we have teamed up with a company, Nautic Promo. They're a marketing company based in London, England, that handles sporting events, mainly boat racing. And they've been a big supporter of this event in Evansville and a big push for this. And without their help, we couldn't make any of this possible. So the plan for this year is a 2-boat exhibition. And it's been 5 years since this boat has hit the water in Evansville. You guys can see it's a beautiful boat. And I think the community of Evansville is very, very excited to have it back on the water. The other boat is the U11, the Peters and May boat. It's out of Seattle, Washington. It will make the drive for the exhibition as well. We have a good day Saturday planned for an exhibition. We have a couple of heats and a final heat that you will see. The boats will be running at speed, approaching 200 miles an hour on the straightaways, just like we had in the past. Evansville has such a great community history of hydroplane racing, and probably the best venue as far as spectators are concerned in the sport of hydroplane racing. We have an absolutely beautiful riverfront that we are trying to utilize here for this race. So we need the community support, though. We need everybody to buy buttons for the Shrinerfest. We need $5 buttons. This is a trial run. We'd like to see this exhibition be the catalyst for next year's full-blown race again. We want to get back on the schedule. So if everybody like to go out and support your community and support your boat racing in Evansville and buy your $5 buttons. Thank you guys very much for doing that.
Well, it's kind of nice to see behind me here this hydroplane setting here, but this is just one of the things that we have going on this summer for Shrinefest 2014. We have an outstanding air show this year, and the air show committee, headed by Rick Caskell, has actually bent over backwards this year to expand what the air show means. Not only do we have things coming in above us on the air, but we also have this year incorporated into the show on Saturday the LST for the first time. Rick and his people have met with the LST folks, got them involved. The LST, as I understand it, is actually going to come down through town. We're going to have a World War II reenactment. So if you haven't noticed General Patton over here and the other folks, we appreciate them being here today. We have a number of people that are going to be encamped over here by the Four Freedoms during Shrinefest on Friday and Saturday. They're going to do an actual reenactment of D-Day because, as you know, the 70th anniversary of D-Day is rapidly approaching in June. So as we move forward with that, the LST actually is going to disembark some of those troops that are going to take part in this trial run or this reenactment down here on the riverfront. We have the P-47s that were built here in Evansville. Barring weather, they should have been here last year, and as you know, a storm front kept them from flying up from Gatlinburg area or Sevierville. But they are committed to coming back this year. They're going to take part in that World War II reenactment. I don't know if we've ever seen P-47 strafing the riverfront, but they're going to be taking on some troops down here for us this summer. So we've got so much planned. One of the challenges we've had in the past is to keep things active on the riverfront. This year on Saturday, I'll give you an example. Starting back 9:30 in the morning, going till 12 midnight, there is something every hour of the day going on. Whether it's the reenactment, whether it's the hydroplanes practicing on the riverfront, whether it's the air show kicking off, whether it's the Twilight Air Show, whether it's the band that night. We have a cruise-in on Friday the 13th coming with Mike Harvey that night. It is his last road show he's going to do, and he's chosen Evansville to be that last venue, and we're proud of that. We've had a long association with Mike Harvey and his Super Gold. Before them, the Duke boys are playing, a perennial favorite in the tri-state. We're having a cruise-in, so if folks want to come down, you'll notice one of our members brought his coupe down here, sitting over here, Tim Hermes. He can talk to you more about what's going on, but the cruise-in that night is open. We'll have the band out here, the Duke boys. We'll have the cars lined up on Riverside coming in off of Cherry. So we have something going on from Friday about 5 o'clock straight through till 4 o'clock Sunday, every minute of the day. It takes more than rides and food to keep people at a festival. So we have planned an exciting weekend. You're going to hear more and more about this over the next 6 weeks as we continue to push forward and advertise what's going on down here. And I want to reiterate something that's been said. The absolute best thing you can do to support this festival, and we deserve a sustainable summer festival, is buy a simple button. Where else can a family of four for $20 have 5 days on the riverfront where they can have fun and excitement? I encourage you, I beg you, for the future of this festival, to simply buy a $5 button and support the efforts of the many volunteer hours that go into bringing this summer festival. I have some folks here today I want to talk to, let you have a moment at the mic with, and one of those is Rich Litoff. One of the things that they're doing is they're sponsoring the fuel for the P-47s to be on board for the World War II reenactment. Rich, I want to introduce you. Rich is with the Heritage Museum. As you know, many of you might understand, they're trying to bring the heritage of the P-47s, protect that for Evansville. The museum is partnered with us in a lot of different ways. We want to give them a moment. I think when I was talking to him earlier, he had one of the best corollaries I've ever heard about what is being depicted on this riverfront and what's being done today in the United States. I'm going to let Rich Litoff talk to you briefly.
Thank you. I'd like to be joined by General Patton and the All-American GI, one on either side. We have publicly announced last year that we have formed the Freedom Heritage Museum. It'll be out at the airport. We have a number of events that we sponsor and get engaged in, and one of the critical ones is going to be the honoring and recognition of our greatest generation that participated in World War II, and particularly this being the 70th anniversary of D-Day. It's very special. And just like the original D-Day invasion, it was a collaborative of allies of various nations. It was the United States, Britain, and Canada. It required the joint coordination and effort of the Army Air Corps, the Navy, and the Army. When we do this reenactment on Saturday the 14th of June, it is going to be very special because it is going to be the collaboration of the Shriners, the City of Evansville, the LST 325, the Freedom Heritage Museum, and the Indiana Museum up in Vincennes. It is going to be very special because we also are going to have the Navy. The LST 325 is going to be, as mentioned, out on the Ohio River, unloading our American GIs, the Army, and we're going to have the Air Corps, 2 Evansville-built P-47 Thunderbolts. So we all encourage you to come, one and all ages. It'll be a great celebration for this city and our nation. Thank you.
One other group we want to recognize, and they come back every year. We had a little stumble last year, but they're back with us again this year, and that's Junior Achievement with their annual Junior Achievement go-kart race. Theo, would you like to say a few words?
They come in first safety. She used to
Oh,
I know it's like
okay.
18 or 19 years, but Go3Racing.
Right, Stacy, come on up. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. We are excited to be back down this year for Shrinerfest. We actually have our 19th annual go-kart race on Saturday the 14th, so when you come down for the demonstration, you should come on over, and we're going to be racing in the veteran parking lot off of Riverside. Come down and support our race teams and our sponsors. You will not be disappointed. It is actually a fun event, a lot of friendly competition, all to raise funds for junior achievement, so we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Well, and that's Friday night are the prelims, right? And then Saturday races as well?
We'll be setting up Friday night. Races are Saturday.
Races are all day Saturday. So you can look in the air, you can look on the water, or you can look on the land. We've got something going. We've got all of them covered for Shrinerfest this year. I'd be happy to, I think that concludes our news conference. I'll be happy to open it up for any questions that you might have. If not, I've introduced most of the people that you need to interview probably, so I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming.
Grab it till that's the last story I put on there. Pisses me off.